like to call this meeting the Show Low City Council to order. Show that all council members are present, with the exception of Councilman Whipple, who has to be excused tonight. Tonight, I've asked Councilman Adams to lead us in the invocation, followed by the pledge by Councilman Hatch. If you'd all like to join us and stand, you may do so.
Our Father in heaven, we humbly come before thee this beautiful evening. We are grateful that we can meet together as a city staff and council and as a community. We're grateful for the area that we get to live, Father, the beautiful scenery and the mountain that we get to enjoy. And we ask thee to please bless us, Father, with the rain that we so desperately need in our forests, that it may be able to bring us some protection with the moisture. Father, we're grateful for our city staff and the hard work and the love they have for our community, and we ask you to please be with them as they serve this beautiful area. We are so grateful for all of our blessings we've been given and the opportunities we have to live in such a great area, and we humbly say these things in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman Adams and Councilman Hatch. Appreciate that. Next item on the agenda is called a public. If I could have the city attorney read that for me, please.
Mayor. Any citizen desiring to speak on a matter that is within the jurisdiction of the city council may do so at this time. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person and shall be addressed to the city council as a whole and not to any individual member. Issues raised shall be limited to those within the jurisdiction of city council. Pursuant to the Arizona Open Meeting Law, the city council cannot discuss or act on items presented at this time. At the conclusion of the call to public, individual city council members may respond to criticism made by those who have spoken, ask staff to review a matter, or ask that a matter be put on a future agenda.
Thank you. Seeing nobody run to the front, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Before we do that, I just want to say kudos to our, I don't know what we call them, our TV station, our channel, that staff. I've got nothing but great emails and texts and everything that they're doing right now. So they're just doing a fantastic job. Good leaders out there, but Miles and that whole crew with Mikey in the back there and everybody, it's just Grace. They're doing a great job, and I keep up the good work, but it's awesome what they're doing right now. Anyway, under special events, update on the League of Cities and Towns Conference. We'll have a little video that will show us, but we have our League of Cities Conference that we go to every year, and I believe most of us were there. Vice Mayor had to get out, and Councilman Hatch couldn't make it, but it's a really great event. We spent about 4 days down there. We do a bunch of little seminars, but, you know, getting to collaborate with all the other mayors and council members in the state is pretty cool. I got to sit down with quite a few of them. Mayor Irwin in Pine Top, believe it or not, we sat down and we talked for about an hour, but it's really nice to get down there and see what everybody else is doing in their community. And what I'm more proud of is what everybody talks about Show Low. So it's pretty nice how our staff and our council really gets out there and lets everybody know where Show Low's at. So it's really cool, because every time you go into any of the conferences or the little seminars, they go, "Oh, you guys must be from Show Low." So it's pretty cool. But anyways, let's do that video real quick, and then we'll let the other council members maybe chime in.
The League of Arizona Cities and Towns, from canyon rims to cactus grounds, represent the interest across the land. Each place has a story unique and grand. Apache Junction holds some history gold. Avondale races with legends bold. Benson paints the sky where colors unfold. Bisbee tells stories that never get old. Buckeye thrives under the desert sun. Bullet City gleams where the river runs. Camp Verde stands where cliff dwellings stay. Carefree is so tranquil night or day. Casa Grande grows its people with countryside pride. Clarkdale's art and autumn leaves blend. Clifton's mining tales never end. Colorado City views a mesa so grand. Coolidge has roots where past shapes land. Cottonwood thrives where the vineyards grow. Dewey Humboldt's charm has a small town glow. Douglas waves from the southern line. Duncan stands with a history fine. Eager breathes the mountain air. Mirage grows strong with care. Eloy leaps in a desert sky. Flagstaff towers where tall trees lie. Florence holds legal roots so deep. Fountain Hills lets the water leap. Fredonia starts where the canyon calls. Gila Bend stands by its giant rock walls. Gilbert grows with modern grace. Glendale cheers at a sporting pace. Globe's copper roots still gleam and shine. Goodyear builds where the stars align. Waterloo blends tradition and pride. Hayden keeps its heart open wide. Holbrook howls where the dinos once played. Huachuca City's peaks stand unafraid. Jerome climbs high on haunted hills. Kearney welcomes with friendly thrills. Kingman meets where the roads all blend. Lake Havasu bridges London to the end. Litchfield Park with palm trees lined. Mammoth sunsets are gently defined. Marana shines in the western breeze. Maricopa rises with civic ease. Mesa speaks through ardent light. Miami's mining legacy holds tight. Nogales glows with border delight. Oro Valley swims in mountain light. Page rests by Lake Powell shore. Paradise Valley dreams galore. Parker flows where the river plays. Patagonia soars through quiet days. Payson calls with forested trails. Peoria's lake catches desert sails. Phoenix leads with a guiding spark. Pima stands with desert bark. Pine Top Lakeside cool and sweet. Prescott Square can't be beat. Prescott Valley with boulders so grand. Quartzsite the rock capital of all land. Queen Creek farms begin to bloom. Safford satellite eyes the moon. Sahuarita shines with warmth and pride. San Luis greets the border side. Santan Valley is here to stay. Scottsdale's art scene paves the way. Sedona rests on Red Rock. Grand Sholo's a recreation wonderland. Sierra Vista keeps a watchful eye. Snowflakes traditions reach the sky. Somerton's fields yield golden treasure. South Tucson glows in sunset's pleasure. Springerville's horizon so stunning and blue. St. John stays steady and true. Star Valley paints its canvas green. Superior climbs where miners gleam. Surprise plays all year long. Taylor keeps tradition strong. Tempe hums a college tune. Thatcher rests in sun and moon. Tolleson builds community ties. Tombstone echoes where legend lies. Tucson beats with culture deep. Tucson guards canyon steep. Welton's waters calm and great. Wickenburg rides through the cowboy gate. Wilcox's history and today unite. Williams pays tribute to those who fight. Winkleman keeps its small town flame. Winslow's corner still holds its fame. Youngtown dreams where hopes invest. Yuma's the gateway to the great Southwest. Cities and towns from A to Z. Arizona's finest, the place to be.
Anyway, that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty amazing. I don't think any of us knew about it that I know of, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anybody else got any comments about the league? Councilman Adams?
I really enjoy it. There's a lot of chances us to talk to different councils and different cities and see what they're doing and talk to them, and there's classes that you learn quite a bit about, and I've really enjoyed them over the years, and so it's been a good experience, and I'm glad we do it.
Anybody else got any comments?
Yeah, just real quick. I also enjoy going, like Councilman Adams said, you get to meet some different people, see what issues different towns are facing, and see what is good and bad and what's going on, and just appreciate the opportunity we have to live in Show Low. We've got a lot of good going in our town, and this is the best place to live.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I echo what Councilman Judd said. I feel like when we have the opportunity to go and speak with other individuals who are in a similar situation, we have a lot of rural communities in Arizona. A lot of them face the same problems that we do, the same issues, but they also, I feel like as we sit and explore the challenges facing our communities, they help us create and cultivate ideas that, as we look into the future. As I watched that video, I noticed a lot of communities want to hold on to their traditions. They want to hold on to what their communities and what makes them a proud community. I feel like that's what kind of reverberates throughout that conference, is that there's a lot of longstanding traditions in Arizona, which we have as a community, and which I think that as we look at facing the challenges going forward into the next few years and stuff like that, it's something that each one of us council members want to do, is we want to hold on to what makes Show Low unique and what makes it special, but also tackle those challenges in a smart and effective way. And that's what really I get from that conference, is being able to speak to people who are elected officials and be able to kind of come up with creative ways to address the issues facing our community, but also retain what makes us special. And I think that was something that a lot of the community elected officials I spoke with, they all, there's a lot of people moving in and out of the state, and they all kind of want to hold on to what makes our community so great. And so I appreciate that about Arizonans and about the people who make up this great state. They really want to, stay they're the unique reason why people are moving here. And so that was really cool to be able to talk to those people and kind of share ideas. So.
And it's hard to believe. I think there's, correct me if 92 cities and towns. Is that right? I thought 91. I don't know who I forgot, but
Santan Valley just incorporated.
Santan Valley. Okay, so there's 92. But anyway, I thought the video was good. The conference was good. Like everybody says up here, it's nice to get out and see what everybody else is doing and brag about what we do up here, the recreation. I think they said something about the recreation destination or something like that. So that's pretty cool. All right, moving right along, we'll move to the consent calendar, where I'll look for a motion to proclamation by the mayor proclaiming September 10th through the 13th, 2025 as Navajo County Fair Week. Proclamation by the mayor proclaiming September 25th as National Preparedness Month. Proclamation by the mayor proclaiming September 11th as National 9/11 Patriotic Day, a day of service and remembrance. Consideration of acceptance of grants from U.S. Department of Transportation. Consideration of lease between City of Show Low and the Show Low Historical Society. Consideration of resolution number R 2025-36, approving a license agreement with Arizona Game and Fish. Consideration of resolution number R 2025-38, granting utility easement. Consideration of resolution number R 2025-39, granting utility easement again. This one's at 1480 East Lumberman Loop. The other one was at 760 East McNeil. Consideration of approval of a purchase of police department vehicles. Consideration resolution number R 2025-37, approving First Amendment to an intergovernmental agreement with Show Low School District. Consideration of the Show Low City Council meeting minutes on August 5th, 2025 study session, and the regular meeting August 5th, 2025. Entertain a motion, or if somebody wants to pull anything.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar as presented.
Got a motion, got a second by Councilman Addo. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passed. If I can have the city clerk read the first proclamation, please.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Whereas the 93rd Annual Navajo County Fair and Rodeo is a cherished tradition that unites our communities in celebration of our shared history, culture, and agricultural heritage. And whereas the Navajo County Fair has long been a beacon of community spirit, offering a diverse array of events and activities that highlight the talents and creativity of our residents. And whereas the fair is an important event for fostering education, friendly competition, and community pride, bringing together people from all over Navajo County. And whereas this year's Navajo County Fair will be held from September 10th through September 13th in Holbrook, Arizona, featuring exciting rodeo and Little Buckaroo events, demolition derby, livestock shows and sales, arts and crafts exhibits, carnival, and entertainment for all ages. Now therefore, John Leach Jr., Mayor of the City of Show Low, Arizona, does hereby proclaim the week of September 10th through 13th, 2025 as Navajo County Fair Week in the City of Show Low, and encourages all residents and visitors to join in the celebration and support this important community event.
If I can have the representative come up, please. Unless you want to talk, we can talk about the fair, but thank you. I'll be there.
You might not.
You.
Got my tickets on my phone. Clerk, if you could read the next one, please.
Thank you. So whereas through the twisted steel of the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, the scarred walls of the Pentagon, and the smoky wreckage in a field in southwest Pennsylvania, the patriotism and resiliency of the American people shone brightly on September 11, 2001. We stood as one people, united in our common humanity and shared sorrow. We grieve for those who perished and remembered what brought us together as Americans. And whereas today we honor the lives we lost 24 years ago, on a bright September day, innocent men, women, and children boarded planes and set off for work as they had so many times before. Unthinkable acts of terrorism brought tragedy, destruction, pain, and loss for people across our nation and the world. And whereas, as we pay tribute to loved ones, friends, fellow citizens, and all who died, we reaffirm our commitment to the ideas and ideals that united Americans in the aftermath of the attack. We must defend against all threats to our national security. We must also recommit ourselves to our founding principles. September 11th reminds us that our fate as individuals is tied to that of our nation. Our democracy is strengthened when we uphold the freedoms upon which our nation was built: equality, justice, liberty, and democracy. These values exemplify the patriotism and sacrifice we commemorate on September 11th. And whereas the City of Show Low recognizes September 11th as Patriot Day, a national day of service and remembrance, originated by the family members of those who lost loved ones on 9/11. The National Day of Service and Remembrance is an opportunity to salute the heroes of 9/11, recapture the spirit of unity and compassion that inspired our nation following the attacks, and rededicate ourselves to sustained service within our communities. Now therefore, John Leach Jr., Mayor of the City of Show Low, Arizona, does hereby proclaim September 11th, 2025 as National 9/11 Patriot Day, a day of service and remembrance in the City of Show Low, and encourages all our citizens, churches, and businesses to join in acts of service and honor the lives we lost, the heroes who responded in our hour of need, and the brave men and women in uniform who continue to protect our country at home and abroad. Thank you.
Ms. Hall, if we can have Representative Robin, do you want to come on up? We won't even ask you to give a speech tonight, Robin. Here you go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate everything you do very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
very much. Thank you. Before we go on to the next agenda item, I just want to let the community know how hard our staff is working, and thank Mrs. Adams for everything they're doing. If you notice, item D was consideration and acceptance of grant funds from U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Highway Administration Office of Safety, and authorize associated budget transfers. So we are working, our staff's working really hard for some of the problems we're having in our community, for speeding, for some of the car crashes in our community. So we just want to, Sharon, I just want to thank you. Sorry, Mrs. Adams. I just want to thank you very much for doing what you do for this money here. It's nice to see it. It's nice to let the public know that we are working on the safety of our community. So thank you very much. Okay, next item on the agenda are new bids. Consideration of approval of a 3-year service agreement with Sparklight. Mr. Tewalt. I know that name now.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Tonight, we are currently using 1 gigabit internet connection from Frontier as our primary internet connection at $2,526 per month. And we have Sparklight at 150 megabits per second at about $150 per month as our secondary or backup internet. With the addition of the fiber interconnectivity upcoming, upgrading the internet connection from 1 gigabit to 10 gigabits is crucial to our upcoming internal network. It will connect all external city sites from City Hall through a 10 gigabit circuit, which will enhance our network and allow for ease of network connection to our external sites. Staff recommends purchasing a 10 gigabit internet circuit for a 3-year contract with Sparklight in the amount not to exceed $118,044 over the 36-month period. And I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments? Motions? Councilman Clark?
I'll move to approve the 3-year service agreement with Sparklight not to exceed $118,044 over the next 3-year period.
Got a motion, got a second by Councilman Judd. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed? Motion passed unanimously. By the way, thank you for this stuff that you upgraded us. I can actually see the TV now.
This was very much a team effort. Thank you for
Yes.
that.
Looks-
But with Mikey and Grace and SLTV, this is definitely a team effort.
And I guess you people in the back can hear us now? Probably, some of you are like, I really don't want to, but yeah. I can tell that look. Thank you, sir,
you.
appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is summary of current events. I think we talked about the league. You got anything else coming up?
I just want to thank staff, like you said earlier, there's so much that they do behind the scenes. They do a lot of hard work, they accomplish a lot of things, and they just deserve a lot of credit for all that they do, and I'm really happy, we're really blessed to have a great staff.
I'll just say ditto to that.
Ditto to that. Anybody else?
Football and soccer are in full swing, so go out and support the Cougars. They're doing pretty well this year. The girls just won a tournament in Gallup this weekend, and the football team's looking really good this year.
Good. Only thing I got a comment about is if you get a chance to go by and see the public work building, you need to go out there and look at it. It's going up and it looks really cool. I took my wife out there this morning, and it's amazing how fast it seems like that went up. But if you get a chance to go out there and take a look at it, it's looking really good, and our guys out there really, really deserve to have a new building. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just to remind you, we have a Shred-a-thon event coming up on Saturday, September 13th from 8 to noon at City Hall parking lot. This will be a way for residents to discard and shred confidential paperwork they no longer want to store. They can simply drive by the City Hall South parking lot where volunteers will take the papers to be shredded and place them in the shredder container. If you want more information, contact Rachel Hall at 928-532-4061. As Mayor mentioned, the Public Works building is going up. There's a lot of good progress there. We also are in our downtown parking lot. We're hoping to pave this week. We'll see if the weather holds out, if we don't get too much rain, but hopefully they'll be paving that soon. And then they're still working on the Falls Hollow water line project. Appreciate everyone's patience over there. They're getting the main line installed, and they'll start working on the services after that. So thanks for your patience while we do those.
I'd rather have the rain than the asphalt, so there's a lot going on still in our community, so check the website out. If you missed the pickleball tournament, I've never been to one. I went out there Saturday, and it was pretty cool. There was, I don't know how many teams, Mikey, there was 150 players. It was absolutely amazing, and they did it for a special cause for a member in our community. The money they raised out there, they gave to him for some health problems. But looked like a great tournament. We were there for a little over an hour, and so well organized. I didn't understand it, but the scoring I still don't understand. But I don't understand soccer either. So they asked me to referee one year, me and my wife. It's like, what, offsides? How could, anyway, kind of the same thing with pickleball. I asked Mikey, I said, what is 2-1-2? I didn't, but anyway, they understand it. It's awesome. Some of our younger members in our community were out there, played football Friday night, actually, and pickleball Saturday. So it was really cool. I'm looking forward to the next one. Maybe I can figure it out by then. But great job, Mikey, for all you did. They said you guys did a great job out there putting that on. So scheduling of meetings.
So just to remind council, we will have a study session on the 16th at 5. The design team from the event center will be here, and they're going to go over a lot of the design elements there. So.
And it's at 5, you said? Okay, cool. Anybody need seconds? No? I didn't wait for an answer, sorry. No more business before this council. I adjourn this meeting.